Yo, 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 yo.
Always, I'm there.
Yeah. I can hear the countdown in the background. That was slightly delayed.
What's happening, people?
Yeah, good. Yeah. I can hear the countdown in the background. Yeah, you got to turn down the volume on the on the TV or on the computer because I'm getting feedback.
Yeah, can you hear me though?
Perfect.
All right, cool.
Yeah. So welcome everybody to Jay's Gamepad, the tap and button podcast with myself and my brother, my Nakama, LJ. You know what I'm saying? This is our This is our second one together, isn't it? So
yeah. Second
one together. So technically, it's actually episode 6, but this is our second one together, isn't it? So yeah, man. You know what I mean? Like we always do, we just get together and just talk about all things game. We just chop it up and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And this time I sent you some articles and some information so you know what we're talking about and stuff.
Yeah, some few bits and pieces happening, innit?
yeah. Like was it like a slightly a bit more coordinated, but like let's start this off how I mean, like the best way to start off, and that's like basically like what you've been playing in it this week and stuff, innit? Because we haven't really spoke about actually. I mean, like every time I've seen you, we haven't really talked about what you've been playing, innit? So like
not really though. I've been kind of like exploring a lot of the Game Pass on Xbox at the moment, to tell you the truth, and basically playing a bit of Outrider, which I actually enjoy for a little bit, and I decided to just give it a break until they finish sorting out all the, the update for the fix and all that, because there's quite a lot of bug in there.
Oh, what? So what? So are the bugs really bad, or are they?
Well, it's not like they will stop you for playing, but basically there is a lot of few things happening to the game that still need the dev basically promised that they were going to do an update that's going to fix all the bugs, basically. And basically they promise as well to the community like a kind of package to basically apologize for all the bugs and drama that's been happening with the launch. But up to now, nothing basically has been released. They did some kind of few tweaks and all that, and basically did some few updates that just basically deal with some of the basic bugs. But I think the community mainly is waiting for, give us that package that you promise and all that. Bring back all the guys, basically all the loot that some of the guys lost and all, and nothing happened yet. So a lot of people are getting a bit frustrated with it. I know that they're gonna sort it out and all that eventually, but I thought let me just give it a bit of a break and just muck about with something else. I've been a bit on the Nintendo Switch as well, mucking about with stuff like Mario Kart and the most recent R-Type at the moment.
Oh yeah. R-Type.
Something happened with my camera.
Yeah, what's it? Like, I can hear you, but your camera's gone.
Yeah, and
did you what's it? Like, did you press anything or did it just?
No. I haven't touched anything yet, but let's see. That's weird. Yeah, he just showed me something saying that the camera got a problem, but
yeah, a little bit of technical difficulties. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. Technology, people, technology. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember when me and me and Jonathan did it for the first couple of times. We were having mad technical issues and stuff. That's my fault.
I've been jinxing the webcam, for a few minutes now, saying that it's old and shit, and it's just died on me.
No, allow that.
No, seriously, it seems like it died.
Are you serious?
1 second, let me go to the program of the. Well, you can still hear me. We can still chat, but let me just.
Yeah. So no, I mean, so R-Type is good, isn't it? I haven't got the game, but I played the demo and stuff, innit? That's why when you mentioned it before, I was like, yeah. I mean, I've been playing it, but I just forgot to mention it to you. So the fact that you, touched it and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
The game is sick though. I can't deny that basically for like somebody like me that grew up playing that game when it was basically on the 8-byte and all those 16-byte pixelated and all that, and
Yeah.
suddenly used to see so many nice graphics, and yeah, it's good fun. And the good thing about it, they made it so that it's approachable for like a different kind of age. You know, there is a setting for kids and all this kind of, so everybody can have a bit of fun playing the game.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, you know, like, was it like the demo I played is quite hard, isn't it? And it's crazy because I don't know if part of that is to do with the fact that, like, once upon a time we used to play like a lot of the older games which were a bit more difficult. You know what I mean? It was a bit more harder, and we were just used to that. To like now, where a lot of the games are kind of like they're good, and there are, I mean, quite a few games that are made like, you know, I mean to really push the game up. But most of the games these days that come out, even like the most popular one, they are actually quite easy to play, or they got different difficult levels. Levels? So when I was playing this demo, like I was dying quite a bit. I was thinking, shit, like, was this game like this hard back in the day? But once upon a time, it actually was. So, you know.
Yeah, the old school arcade has always been tough though, but you know, now they make it more approachable for a lot of people. But back in the days, you needed skill. Okay,
Yeah.
it's weird. Okay, my webcam seems to work though. I just basically kind of went back to another program and just switch it on. But
Oh, is it working?
Yeah. Hold up. Let me see.
Okay, I just saw you for a second, didn't it? Then like you just went to the screen.
I don't know why it's not accepting the cam.
Yeah, I don't know what you did, but I saw you for a split second before it switched to this this camera logo.
What about now?
There you are. Yeah, I got you now.
Okay, cool.
You're back.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of a connection issue with the camera. It went down to another cam, and basically instead of this one, so it kind of disappeared. But it should be fine now.
Yeah.
I saw all the. I think that the hardware and the software. I think maybe I need an update for the cam because I haven't updated for years. It could be the problem.
Probably. Yeah, man. I was gonna say about Outriders and stuff, like obviously I know that you play Warframe and stuff, and and like you're quite, you know what I mean, and you've been playing for quite a long time. And I remember you telling me that
almost 8 years now, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's been a long time, but that game is still going strong. And actually, I saw something, I think it was early this week or a weekend just gone, where I think there's like a new expansion or something coming out through.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just like the game just changed so much since it started. Basically, I kind of like got a bit bored of Warframe. You know, after playing the same kind of franchise for so long and all that. And I'm not gonna deny, for a new player that you're jumping into, it's like you got so much stuff to do that you wouldn't actually is even confusing for new players because there's not really much of an intro into the game. So it's it's very hard for people to basically get into the game, but there's so much to do that it's worth it, especially on the fact that it's free. But apart from that, I've been doing the same thing for almost the same years, and it's becoming a lot more kind of grindy, where basically again, because it's a free game, trying to force people to buy stuff and boosters to be able to basically keep up with the hard grind that's just basically needed for that game. Yeah. And I just wanted a change of scenery as well, you know.
Yeah, but didn't you say okay? So like, so the main reason why I brought up Warframes because I know that Outriders, they released like a patch like a few weeks ago and stuff, which kind of sorted out like some of the issues and stuff. And like I remember you saying that there was some issues with some people losing data, and they said, "Don't worry, we're gonna sort it out." And I remember something like that happening for Warframe as well, where they would like transfer. Was it like, I don't know, like it did something, and a lot of people lost their data, but there was like, "Don't worry, you get it back," and whatever. So I say that to say, like, you know what I mean, like, do you get the same feeling from the company? I mean, the same company that made Outriders that you get from the devs that did Warframe, where they actually like gamer focused, like they mean what they say and say what they mean in terms of what they're gonna do.
Well, I do believe so, but you gotta make there's a big difference between Warframe and Outrider. Warframe is like Destiny, basically. It's an online game where there's always update. There's going to be different kind of like new extension all the time. Outrider is not like that. They are planning to do that. They just warn everybody about it since they launched the game. That's the game. That's what we give you. Have some fun with it. So maybe they're gonna do like sort out all the bugs, but they're gonna take their time because that's not the kind of basically like Destiny is basically a kind of game where they need to react quickly to any problem that's happened to keep themselves going. But Outrider are just doing a game basically, and okay, there's problem with it. They're gonna sort that out, and after that, forget about it. People need to just play the game and enjoy it. So if the game is good, maybe later on they may decide to do, oh, we're gonna do an extension, or we may do Outrider 2 or another kind of. It's not gonna be now, and they're not planning to do like every season. You're gonna have another kind of gameplay. It's not the same kind of game basically. So that's the reason why I'm just okay with the fact that basically they're gonna deal with it. It's taking a bit more time than basically it was supposed to. Mind you, we're still like in lockdown and all this kind of stuff, so you need to understand the aspect of it. And it's the first time basically putting a game like that they want to put online, so there's got that kind of learning curve that's going to happen as well for them. So yeah, so far I think that they're going to sort it out, but people need to be a bit more patient about it. That's it.
Yeah,
you know.
Definitely. What's it?
Especially like on Game Pass, like for the fact that I didn't pay £60 for it, like maybe like PlayStation people, like I feel less kind of hungry about like, and I didn't lose anything. I've seen some of the few bugs at the beginning when it was crashing and all that, but apart from that, my experience was quite fairly, well, it was nice, not bad at all.
Well, that's actually a good point. Now I'm saying, like, was it for people like yourself or people that's got Xbox or whatever? I mean, they didn't really have to pay for it like that. You know what I mean? So obviously, like whatever the company saying that they're gonna do, you know what I mean, you probably got a bit more. Was it like relax? Was it like you know what I mean? Well, I mean, was it a bit more relaxed with it compared to someone that's paid money? I mean, like expecting them to be like more on it and stuff. So that's
and
I mean,
another
that's
side as well. I'm
it?
not, because you get kind of like affected by a content creator that's just basically rushing to get to the end game to show people like what's gonna happen at the end and all that. I'm not in a rush to finish that game. I'd rather just take my time with it, have some fun with it and all that. I haven't even started another character. Some people already just built all their third character. I'm already at max level and all this kind of thing. It's not basically a competition for me. A lot of people are just like, I want to get the same stuff as those guy and all that. But I'm not doing it. But they don't have a good time. They're just grinding their way through basically to try to get to the end. Me, I just want to enjoy the game. So that's why I'm not in so much rush now. Too bothered about some few aspects of like end game issues and all that. I'm not even there yet. I'm still going through the story, to tell you the truth, and just basically building up my character step by step, not rushing it basically. It's not like Destiny or, as I say, where if I don't finish that part when the new one arrives, I need to get all my 6 ready for the next basically upgrade. It's not happening with Outrider, so I got time to play, so might as well enjoy it, innit?
Yeah,
that's what I play the game for. Enjoy it, not basically grind my head off just to try to get, I got the final weapon or final this or final that. No. I'll get there eventually,
Yeah. No, it's true. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, like myself personally, I haven't really been playing too much. You know what I mean? I played a little bit of Streets of Rage. Finally got the extra characters that I thought I got time ago, but I finally got that. All that came from watching the the DLC, like the Mr. X DLC that's dropping soon.
I did know about that. Yeah.
So after that, I started playing it again. So I played. I mean, I've been playing a lot. Was it a bit of Streets of Rage? Playing a bit of Watch Dogs. Oh yeah, and actually, I finally saw that the streaming thing was it the streaming situation on Twitch, innit? So so basically, like, was it like the way I sorted it out? Yeah, because like remember I was saying to you, I need to sort my own internet and stuff. Well, what I realized you could do is that you could use your phone as a as a hotspot.
Oh yeah, it's true. So basically you got a better connection on internet through that than basically.
Because I've got 100 something gigs or whatever. I've got mad data in it, like mad data. So I mean, so like I used it as a hotspot, connected the PS4 to that, and bam, I mean, perfect. No glitches, no issues. It's nice. So I literally streamed the Streets of Rage, streamed a bit of the Resident Evil Village demo.
Okay.
I mean, which was annoying because I thought that I thought that they were doing it like a set was it a set day, a set time within the hour. You know what I mean? Like you can play this demo for half an hour either in the village or the castle. When I played it last, it was actually for 60 minutes, like for an hour, and I actually didn't realize it. I remember I was in the castle and I was in there for long, thinking, yeah, half an hour was coming, it's gonna lock me off, and it did. And I was thinking, yeah. Then two, don't realize it was a whole hour. By the time I finished it or whatever, I actually realized that even though it's finished, like that was I think I might be wrong, but I went onto a website, was it today, to check, and that day was actually the last day that you could actually like play it for. Was it play the demo? So I was, so I was pissed. I didn't even like finish the demo. You know what I'm saying? Like it just finished in terms of, like that the 60 minutes was up, so I couldn't play it anymore. So I was kind of pissed about that. You know what I'm saying? So
what's the verdict so far anyway for what you play? Is he any good? What you gotta say, like graphic wise, gameplay wise? I don't know.
Yeah, was it like graphics wise? Amazing. Like you got to remember, I'm playing on the PS4 Pro, so obviously, you know what I mean, like some people are playing it on the Xbox Series X, the PS5, whatever, but on the Pro it looks really, really good. It looks, you know what I mean, it looks better than was it Resident Evil 7, but that doesn't surprise me because since they've done Resident Evil 7, every time they've used the RV engine, graphically it just looks better and better and better. So like, yeah, the game looks good. It plays good. The stories, I mean, from what I've gathered with the story and the lore, and the characters in it, you know, what I mean, it looks really, really intriguing. I can't wait to play it. Like I said, that that's gonna be the game I'm gonna be playing through. Was it through May? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking to do. So I'm definitely
gonna be out for the PS4 Pro as well as the PS5, isn't it?
Yeah, they all come out. All on the same time? The only disappointing thing, not so much for myself, but like, you know, I mean, but for people that were looking forward to it, was the Resident Evil Reverse, that multiplayer game. Like it was meant to come out on the 7th, and they've actually pushed the date back. It's been delayed because I think that they've had a lot of issues with it and stuff. And obviously, I got to beta it as well. And I mean, spent a couple of time playing that, so it was alright. But like I said before, I thought the Resistance multiplayer game that came with the Resident Evil 3 by far looks better, play better. It's just a better multiplayer game. So I didn't understand why they wanted to bring a multiplayer game with Resident Evil 8. Resident Evil 8 is a full game, where Resident Evil 3, like after playing, you could tell it wasn't a full game. Like, you know what I mean? Like they just either cut corners or cut out a lot or whatever they did, but it wasn't a big game. So it made sense for them to attach that to it to try and compensate for, like, you know what I mean, for the size of the actual game. Resident Evil 8 it's a full game.
So it wasn't really necessary to just add that kind of like, and I don't know, because is it really necessary to have a multiplayer in that type of game? People have been enjoying the single player for so long and all that, and you know, it's not all the game that you gotta basically put a multiplayer to make it basically relevant, you know.
Well, this is this is the thing, because Resident Evil 3 remake? Now, I mean, like, was it because the game was so small? Like, was it like they probably thought, okay, well, like, because the game is short and stuff like that, obviously we want to like justify people spending $40-50 whatever it's going to be for the game. But
right, so that's why they added that bit.
Yeah, but I mean, but also because the game was short, I think they might have I think they might have been thinking, well, maybe people would jump from that to go to the multiplayer because you got this multiplayer game. And I went on Twitch last night because I was thinking back on, was it going back on last night just to stream or something, but I didn't. But I was watching some streams and I thought, let me check out the Resistance stream, and like there's hardly like was it person that was playing it saying that, oh, like there's hardly no one playing it anymore. You know what I mean? So like it's pretty much kind of like it's dead, it's dying and shit. So. And like, I know it's like, I mean, Capcom's and like Resident Evil's like 25th anniversary and stuff like that, but it's like, why attach it to a full game? It just didn't make any sense to me. So it's a bit concerning that like they've had all this time to make it, but now they're actually delaying it. But in the long run, it actually might make more sense to delay it because like, it's actually brought out with Resident Evil 7 because it's a full game. I could see people probably playing it again and again, and I can't really see too many people wanting to play it. And also, like a Resident Evil 8 is going to have the online mercenary mode on it. So that's another online aspect of that game. So attaching a multiplayer game to it is like, what's the point? But I say that to also say that I just saw an article before we went live here about was it about the reviews? Obviously, like review copies went out to like. I mean, like loads of gaming access media, so forth. You know what I mean, YouTubers, influencers, and whatever. And you know what I mean, and the talk around the campfire is that like, I mean, like they seem to think that this is probably like the best Resident Evil game or horror game in like the last 16 years. Like that's pretty much like, you know what I mean, like the talk. Like everyone loves this game, innit? Like from what I've gathered and stuff, innit? So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like take that as a pinch of salt, you know what I mean? But like they do have a reason. I mean, like Capcom do have a good track record recently. So
yeah, so far so good, innit, for whatever they're doing at the moment. Well, so they're doing good. They're doing good. I can't just put down Capcom by anything so far.
Yeah. Was it you ain't really that interested in Resident Evil 8?
Not that much in the franchise and all that, but I play some. I don't think that I play some of the old school one back in the days. You know, watch a bit of the movies, and that's about it. I've never really been into the zombie chasing kind of game. Basically, not that much.
Yeah.
I like more like, you know, stuff like more all futuristic or a bit more fantasy. Like, you know, when it's a bit too contemporary, I tend to get a bit too bored about it. You know, it's like that's the same reason I'm not into too much of the Call of Duty and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, because
apart from the one that just basically got historical kind of involvement and all that, where you just you got futuristic weapon or like historical weapons and all this, you know.
Yeah. No. Was it? I do hear you. Like, what was it? The one thing I will say about Resident Evil is that it has evolved quite a bit through the 25 years, and especially in the last, I think like the last 10, I think, like they've pretty much like switched it up completely with the first person view. Trying to go back to its like roots from 1, 2, 3.
I'm sure that if I tried it, I would enjoy it. But it's just basically the dragging aspect of basically going through all the story, found out who is who, the background of them. It's like, for instance, somebody starting to play Yakuza, not knowing basically what's happening at the beginning, and you're lost in the story because so much of the characters are so important that basically you gotta take your time to understand basically what's going on. So that's why I couldn't be asked maybe to go through all the process. Yeah, it's so much story based and narrative based that if you don't know what happened at the beginning, you ain't gonna enjoy it that much as somebody that's been following through, like you, for instance. You know.
No. Was it? That's actually a good point because like when I think about like the Metal Gear games, for example, or like even or even Tekken, they always kind of like do like a, and I mean like was it like a retake or like a was it just basically telling you like the outline or the basis of what's happened before and stuff. And with Resident Evil, they don't really do that, to be honest with you. And it's funny because I know that a lot of people that are not really typically into Resident Evil or into the franchise like that really want to play Village because of the hype around it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? So, I don't know how then people are going to feel that, jump into a game where obviously a game like this is kind of like story driven. You know what I mean? Regardless of like the fact that like somewhere along the line the story did start to get a bit like, you know, outlandish and a bit out there, isn't it? So
yeah. Well, that's the most franchise, in it. Like when you don't know what to do with it, you end up being a bit too eccentric about your stories, in it. And sometimes you know, you see that happen for a lot of different franchises, though.
Definitely. Yeah, man. So like, you know what I mean? So what's it? So I wanted to touch on was it one of the first articles that I came across and I sent you, and it's about Insomniac Games, basically like renewed the trademark for the Xbox exclusive Sunset Overdrive and stuff. And part of the reason why I wanted to kind of touch on this is because I thought Insomniac Games was a PlayStation exclusive studio now. So seeing this kind of like was surprising to me because I was thinking, obviously I do know that they did make Sunset Overdrive before they came over and did the Spider-Man games and stuff like that. But I just thought that they were owned by under the umbrella of Sony Studios now. So it's like
Yeah, well, it
I was
may
kind of
depend on
surprised to
the
see this. You know what I mean?
yeah, it may depend on the contract that they got with Sony, because it could, if, for instance, the contract is only include future production after they just basically sign with them, like Sunset Overdrive wouldn't being involved, so they still have the right to basically spread the IP that they had before Sony involvement. Like since Sony get them basically now to if they didn't buy basically the IP for Sunset Overdrive and only basically are dealing with future production, then that still belong to them, so they can still basically put it on different platforms.
Yeah, but this is the thing though. But like the studio actually owns it, because at first I thought it was a thing where where Sony owned the IP. You know what I mean? Like was it like for example like with like Halo or like Gears of War or certain games, like they actually owned the IP.
Okay.
So I thought it was a situation like that, but Insomniac Games actually owns the IP. So
Yeah.
I mean, like the only thing I will say, like, was it, you kind of touched on it already, that if they actually had an agreement with Xbox to actually do a part 2 before they signed a new contract with Sony, then maybe that is the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
it could be the case and all that. Yeah.
you know what I mean? But like they signed the was it the exclusivities was it deal? I think it was like early last year, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know, you know what I mean? Like these games that like go into mad production, you know what I mean, like mad,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean, like a year, 2 years into like, you know what I mean, like the game. So I don't know, man. But I was just surprised to see that, because I was thinking, hold on a second, I thought like Sony bought them out. But I do remember that when Xbox acquired like all, I mean, like Bethesda and all them games and stuff like that, I watched like one of their. It weren't a press conference. It was like a sit down with like different studio heads underneath Bethesda, and they were just talking about like, you know, like the acquisition and stuff, and their plans, what they're gonna do with Xbox and stuff, and the future and stuff like that. And I remember, was it Phil Spencer did say something like, oh well, whatever contracts that were like, you know, agreed upon and signed before, like, you know, was it before this deal, they are still gonna go ahead.
Yeah, so it could be the same thing exactly like you say on with Insomniac, yeah, and it would make a lot more sense though.
Yeah, I mean, but
what's the point basically selling something that's already know that work well and made a lot of money to somebody else while you already own it? You can just decide, okay, you want our skills, new production, this, or if you want to get that IP as well, you pay us that much of money. Maybe Sony didn't want to do it, so they say, okay, we buy you, but that still belongs to you. You can do whatever you want to do with it. And exactly. Which is totally possible, though. It happened a lot anyway in that type of industry.
Yeah. You know what I mean, but because was it like Insomniac Games actually owns the IP, there might be a potential of PlayStation owners actually getting it on that platform as well.
Yeah.
Because if Xbox actually owned the IP, we wouldn't. But because Insomniac Games actually owns it, we actually might get the part 2, or we might actually get like the first game, because like that was one of the games that like I said that I wanted to buy, like. I mean, like when I actually got, when I got around to buying the Xbox and stuff, obviously I was waiting for Scoutland. That was the game I was waiting for. But because because Sunset Overdrive like reminds me a lot of Jet Set Radio. I don't know if you've ever played it, like Jet Set Radio, Jet Set Future, that was on the Dreamcast, and I think Jet Set Future came out on the
very similar. The two games are very similar anyway.
So when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, it like brought back all the memories. So I wanted to actually play that game, and I remember I see was it Jonathan playing as well, so that just contributed to the hype. So the fact that they actually own the IP, you never know, like, I mean, for people that only own PlayStation 4s or potentially PlayStation 5, maybe we could get this game on the on the platform. Who knows, man? But
yeah, it would be great. You know, it's like, you know, it's sad that there's so much. I understand that for competition, it's good to have IP exclusives and all that, but for the community, sometimes it's like, for instance, I take the example of Killer Instinct. I'm sure that people would love to play that on PC and Nintendo for such an old IP, but now you can only play it if you got an Xbox.
Is Sunset Overdrive on the Nintendo?
No. I was talking about Killer Instinct as an example. But Sunset Overdrive, I don't think that is on Nintendo yet. No, not yet. No. Or maybe when they sort out the thing with the Game Pass and Nintendo, they could have it.
Yeah. Because now, now they got this partnership thing going on now, isn't it, with
Yeah.
the service?
Yeah,
man.
And Sunset Overdrive is not too heavy, so that the Switch should be able to handle it. Even if you downgrade it a bit and all that, like the effect, it's colorful, but it should be fine.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. Yeah, man. Let's move on to next topic, and that is Konami pulls out of E3 2021, says key projects are still in deep development. Now, I don't know if you're aware of this year, but I think it was beginning of last month, was it, if I'm not mistaken. E3 was trying to make plans, or was it for like getting the fucking convention together and stuff. And what ended up happening was I think originally they were hoping, because they were setting, they were looking for time slots, and I think they were trying to look for a break in the window for where they could actually have the convention actually have people come out and stuff like that. But obviously that was just unrealistic. Then they were looking at maybe doing it like digitally, like streaming it and stuff like that. And I remember at the time, the prices that they were charging these companies, to actually be a part of it was ridiculous. You know what I mean? It was crazy. And at the time, they didn't really have too many companies, studios and stuff that want to be a part of it. Then it actually just got cancelled. They actually announced that it's not going to happen. It got cancelled. Then I think last month sometime, probably mid-April, they actually announced again, E3's back on, and they had a list of all the companies that was going to be there, and it was actually kind of funny because you had some companies that were there that technically didn't need to be there. Like Sony wasn't there because Sony just been doing their own thing, you know what I'm saying? But Nintendo was there, but Nintendo obviously do the Nintendo Direct, so obviously I was quite surprised to see that they were there. But I was also surprised to see that Konami was there. Then later on, the last stream that we did, remember we were talking about was it the rumors with Hideo Kojima, Konami, Xbox and stuff like that. So that's why I was getting kind of hyped, thinking, okay, but what are we gonna see? You know what I'm saying? For E3? I'm a bit more hyped. But now they've actually pulled out of it, you know what I'm saying? And that's actually quite surprising.
Well, do you really think that's quite surprising? Well, they've been quiet for a hot minute, first of all, Konami. And on top of it, basically, we had 2 years of the situation, global stuff that made it so that a lot of people couldn't produce stuff. So even if they wanted to bring something out like for this E3, it's going to be basically late, because there's no actually company that just put out a trailer of a game that's not already in production. Most of the trailer that you see about new game coming up, they're already in the pipeline. They're already working on it. And the fact that basically Konami, or basically they're waiting for the new contract with Microsoft, basically for maybe exclusive that they saw that no, we want that, so don't present it until they get the okay from them. Or it's the fact that basically they haven't finished preparing the game for trailers. So it's totally normal. A lot of things are basically out of sync and could have happened at this E3. You ain't going to see it until next year.
That's actually a good point. That is actually a good point. The only thing I will say is that I kind of thought that, I thought that it would be kind of important, even if they don't drop trailers, they could at least make the announcement. So say for example, was it Microsoft and Konami are actually doing a deal, it'd be a perfect time, and more so for Konami, because other companies, especially in the game industry, and me personally speaking, I don't particularly like Konami. I can't really stand them for a bunch of just a bunch of reasons in general. So this would have been a good opportunity to get in the graces of a lot of people's good books. You know what I'm saying? Maybe announce some. A partnership with Xbox or certain IPs and stuff like that. They didn't necessarily have to drop trailers, but they could just drop bigger. A big announcement and stuff. But but they tweeted and they said, this is what they said. They said, due to timing? We will not be ready to present at E3 this year. We want to reassure our fans that we are in development on a number of key projects. So that obviously means more than one. So please stay in tune for some updates in the coming months. We are not participating this year. We have a great respect for the ESA, and you know that 2021 will be a great success. We will continue to support the ESA and wish the best to all participants in this year's show. So
yeah, I don't blame them as well though, because as you said earlier on as well, it's expensive. The amount of money that E3 is asking, is too much basically. So what's the point basically going to spend that kind of extra money to basically be part of it when you don't have enough to show and all that? And the last 2 years been hard on you, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Like,
it makes a lot more sense in terms of like finance not to get involved. And as you say as well, a lot of companies and all that starting to do their own things. You know,
yeah. Well,
games starting to have their own things. Look at Warframe; they got their own like kind of E3. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Because exactly. Because it's actually more affordable and more better for them. Because one, they will control what they want to show, and and how they want to present it, and stuff like that. And they can control like how much it's going to cost. Like the budget, the finances, the sponsors, and everything like that. What I will say about E3 is that when they first announced it. I can't remember how much it was, but like it was expensive to actually join it. But when they when it got cancelled and they re-announced and said, okay, yeah, it's coming back, it's going to be live stream and stuff like that. I do think that the price, the price to enter it had, probably dropped, because I think they had quite a few sponsors and stuff like that. So I do think the price might have dropped, but still, it still can't be cheap. And for companies like Konami, maybe it probably would benefit them, because they don't do any cons or anything like that. For companies like Microsoft, I thought it was strange that they want to be part of it, because they can just do their own thing. Especially Nintendo, they've been doing their own thing. So it was kind of weird, but at least that they've kind of hinted especially in this tweet, that they're working on projects like gaming projects. Because Konami hasn't been working on shit for a while. Like they've been so busy with their slot machines and all that. You know what I'm saying? So.
And E3 as well is all about the experience as well. People go down there for the show, and if now you're gonna basically say that, okay, we're gonna take that online, what's the really point of you? You know?
Yeah.
We can put our own stuff online very easily. E3 was about the experience, going down there. Even people that are watching it on TV was going down there to show the spectacle, people doing things to introduce the game. It was all about that, you know? If they're going to do it online, I'm not so sure that they're going to have all that kind of spectacle, because they aren't going to be able, because of social distancing as well. So they're going to just do something more like a trailer scene, or people coming down behind blue screen, introducing their own company and their own game, like from wherever they are, and that's it, and put it together. So what's the point, really? You know? So there's all aspect of it. It's like, it's like if, for instance, like Comic-Con was saying that, we're going to do Comic-Con online now.
Actually, I could have swore I heard something like that like a few months ago.
It would be crazy. What's the point? Seriously.
It'd be stupid.
People go to Comic-Cons like to dress up, to just basically meet some people, some people sign their stuff. So all the experience, the same thing with E3. Exactly. So if you take that online and all that, basically, it become irrelevant.
Yeah, it was exactly. Was it like these conventions are all about the experience, you know what I'm saying? And it's also about meeting other people like yourself that are into similar things like you. So you can make friends, you can interact, you can find out new things and stuff. And it's not really the same way when you're watching the stream, regardless if they're doing it from a studio or doing it from a green screen or whatever. Yeah, obviously you can interact online with people through the chat or whatever you're gonna do, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. And that's why they're trying to put the price up to go online, because they know they're going to get their money back through the tickets and the selling. And even they're going to even try again to make people basically play to watch the premiere, maybe, to monetize that as well while being online, which will be even a lot more silly, because nobody's going to pay. Well, some people will, like content creators, so that they can just put it online and say to people, yeah, that's coming up at E3, even if you're going to watch it like one day later. So yeah, some people will pay for it just for that reason. But apart from that, I don't see anybody bothered about it.
They want to be careful though, because over the years the numbers have been decreasing, and and as we saw with the Oscars, like just the other day,
Mm.
like I mean, like they recorded their lowest numbers, like under 10 mil, watched it around the world.
Yeah,
So
because people already expect the same people to always get the same stuff. Basically, they know that is I don't remember. I think it was a couple of years ago. What's the name of that comedian? He did the Oscars and just insulted all of them on TV. Ricky
Ricky
Gervais.
Gervais.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
basically, it's the same thing. It gives you a bit of an idea of basically what the rest of the world think about the Oscar. It's just basically a old school group of actors that's just out of touch with reality. They just don't want to pull out. You know, only me. It's like that's the problem. Yeah. So
Yeah, no, I mean, but I always had to say that I mean, like that E3. I mean, like as fun and as good as I mean, as it is probably for a lot of people that actually attend. I think overall worldwide, especially with people that obviously can't be there, but they like watch it online or whatever. Like, I do know that the interest has been declining, and in some shape or form, it's getting. I mean, it's been getting stale for for a while, and that's why I made a comparison with the Oscars, obviously, because Oscars has been on this like bullshit for a minute now. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
yeah.
I mean,
Well, if they really want to make it better, they should expand, do an E3 for Europe or different continents and all that, basically, because there's a lot more gamers.
yeah, like Comic-Con, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot more gamers. It's global now. People playing all over the world, but everything is central to that same old place and all that. And nobody's gonna pay a ticket to go to America just for E3. You know, if you just basically make people more involved and they're part of it and all that, then they will get more involved. Now you just it's normal that basically less people are watching it, because no matter what, they will know about it the next day mostly. You know, the event's gonna happen, then you're gonna be able to see it on TV. Okay, fair enough. That's it. You know, the cost of going down there is becoming more and more expensive as well. So people rather not pay the money just for having that fun, basically. So
definitely, and was it the one thing I do like about Comic-Con is that they have it. Well, in London, was it obviously overhead? Like, was it? We have it twice a year, innit? You know what I'm saying? I think it's like one. I think one in summer, one in the winter, or like something like that. You know what I mean? And that's just in London. But but I know that they like moved to was it they have it in Birmingham? I think they might have it in Manchester as well. I can't remember. So like it's just not like. I mean, so like it's not just a country thing. They actually go to major cities. So maybe you should look into doing something like that in the future when things start going back to normal. Maybe I mean when we can actually be around each other in groups and stuff. But I don't know.
Don't worry, we eventually come out of the matrix. No matter how hard they're trying to impose it.
I hope so. I really hope so. I really hope so. Was it like? Do you know what? Yeah. Like this. Was it like? This next article really surprised me, because actually I can't remember if I spoke to you about it, but I definitely mentioned it on the agenda show that I do. Did we ever talk about Xbox like buying out Discord?
No. I saw the article, like basically, about it, but no, we never talked about it before.
Okay. Yes. Well, basically, Xbox like were looking to like buy out Discord, actually like bring it underneath the umbrella. Similar to what they just did with
yeah.
What I mean. And I remember saying that like that's actually a big move. Like this, these are the moves that that I like to see. And Xbox are making some real big moves and stuff. They ain't fucking around, innit? Like they're really serious about this next generation. Really serious about their platform and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And but obviously it doesn't seem to be happening, because apparently Sony's Sony's meant to be partnering up with Discord and stuff. So that doesn't particularly seem to be happening. So I just that really surprised me, because I remember saying that like you got Xbox here making these big moves, you know what I'm saying? And they're making the right moves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember we had a conversation one time, and I was saying that, before Microsoft, bought Bethesda and stuff, I wasn't particularly that interested in looking to get an Xbox Series X. Now I am, because there's mad games on there. At least 3 games that I play.
Yeah.
That could potentially just be an Xbox exclusive. You know what I'm saying? And that's not talking about like the other two games that's coming on the PlayStation that was it Bethesda are contracted to produce, like was it Tokyo Ghostwire and Deathloop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So in the future, like, you know what I mean, if you want to play certain games, you have to go over to Xbox. So them making that move was a big move, and I really liked it because, you know what I mean, because it told the game industry, it told Sony, it told even Nintendo to a certain level. You know what I mean, to a certain extent, that like we ain't fucking around, and you know what I'm saying, and we're really serious about what we're doing. And from what I've been seeing recently, you know what I mean, with I mean, like from Sony with all that stuff about them closing down the stores from the PSVR and the PS3 and stuff like that, but backtracking because of the negative, I mean, energy that they were getting from the gaming access media, from fans and stuff like that. Like them kind of moves and stuff that they've been doing, it's kind of like I started to get this feeling of like, are they coming with this arrogance again that they had coming off the PS2 going into the PS3? Like, are we starting to get that again? So the fact that like they are partnering, I mean, they are partnering up with Discord. I mean, to me, that's a positive move that Sony are looking to do that when just not so long ago.
Well, yeah, no, to a certain extent as well, because you never know how that's going to take them. Because think about it, really, why did Discord started? You know, at the beginning, like most of it was because of a game community, like Destiny and all those kind of things, or people playing online. And those communities started to get very toxic. And there was no much management for them game companies about what's happening in the game. People started creating group Discord where they could have their own kind of group and kick out people that they didn't want to, and basically control the type of people getting into the team, basically.
Yeah.
And it helped them as well, basically create, like for content creator, having their own Discord was a good thing as well. Fair enough. But really, even if Sony decide to get involved or basically buy part of Discord, it's not going to solve the problem, because some of the Discord now is the same way. It's very toxic because it's not basically copyrighted through the game and all that. You ain't got no protection. You're going to get in some groups, or basically some people are, I've seen a lot of abuse happening online on even like game community like Destiny, Warframe, or you look at the comments that's popping out in and out and all that, and it's very toxic. And a good way not to get responsibility for it is, okay, let them have the Discord, basically, because you can't say that is us. So I'd just rather actually games and company taking basically responsibility for the community and dealing with the problem that they have in their own game, instead of just using third party. So that, okay, we can have the third party because they're making money, but at the same time, or we can say that it's not a responsibility because it's not through a platform, it's a different platform. And I think that's not good. It's about, companies taking responsibility for their own kind of like a game platform community.
That's a very good point, because this indicates to a partnership where Xbox were looking to spy them out, right? So, for example, if Xbox bought Discord, obviously it's theirs to do what they want to do with it. So therefore, that they can put, they can implement the terms and conditions, so forth and so on, to filter out all them kind of negative. Like the negative people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, but because they're partnering, that they're looking to partner with them, like what you said, maybe it could be a potential thing of like they want to like maybe shift the blame and say, oh well, we're partners with them. But I don't know. If your name is attached to something, what I'm saying. Like, I don't really know, but
because there's an incentive now about a lot of players wanting to get back to single player games. A lot of they want the IP because people are tired of playing online a lot with some. I'm not saying that is all the time the same situation, but it's it's becoming very weird to play online with a lot of people. It can get negative. It can be a good experience and can be a very bad experience as well. And there is no kind of control over those kind of things.
Definitely. No, I think especially these days in general with like social media and just any platform where you got loads of people that can actually like interact with each other. Like it can, like, if the platform isn't isn't built a certain way with very specific and strong guidelines, it can be very crazy. And I just think that, like, regardless of what platform and like what multiplayer game that you're playing on, or like what community, you're always going to get a section of really toxic
Yeah,
fans
and
or
you need
gamers
to
or
do
whatever it's
something
going to
about
be.
it. I'll give you an example. I saw just, I think it was 3 days ago.
Mm.
Like, I was playing Outrider. I don't play online, but just basically, I just decided to go to the group chat for the game, basically, like people looking for groups and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There was a lot of guys down there basically saying, okay, I can take you to basically the end games if you pay me that amount.
What?
Yeah, people are getting paid and asking people to pay them to take them and basically basically carry them. Is a thing that's very well known in Destiny, you know, where a group of people will tell you basically, and it's a lot easier through stuff like basically Discord, where if you can put like a payment model in your Discord, if you want people to, you carry them basically, and they'll pay you for it. You know,
Okay.
that was on Xbox straight down, and Xbox should be stopping this type of things happening. You know, because other people maybe they're doing it for business, but you can have like youngsters going down there taking their parent credit cards because they want to get to the end game and giving the details to them people online.
Yeah.
You know, it's dangerous, so you should stop. But basically, Discord make it a lot more easy. Nothing to do with us.
Was it like the only thing I will say? Yeah, I can't remember the numbers because I can't remember the numbers, but I do remember that when I did when I spoke about it before. I do remember that the amount of people that actually used their platform and the amount of money that they was making was crazy, and it made sense for Xbox to actually want to buy it. So that's obviously, you know what I mean? That's obviously or probably the same or similar reason why Sony want to partner with Discord because of the amount of traffic it drives, the amount of money that it generates and stuff like that. And Discord is a big a big name in the gaming industry, regardless of how toxic it is. All they see, all the executives probably see is just the numbers and money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, obviously, they don't care about toxicity. You know, it's like people don't make games so that they're nice for people. They're making games so that they can make money. That's the main incentive anyway. At the end of the day, you know, so it's totally normal. Yeah, but the thing is, like, it's not still good for the industry on the long term. You know.
Yeah, like hear what they said. Yeah, like it's a quote. It said, was it to bring these experiences to life? Was it for our players? Sony Interactive has made was it a majority investment as part of the Discord Series H round. From our very first conversation with co-founders Jason Carton and Stan Wierzicki, I was inspired by their lifelong love for gaming and our team's shared passion to help friends and communities together in new ways, empowering players to create communities and enjoy shared gaming experiences is at the heart of what we do. So we are beyond excited to start this journey with one of the world's most popular community services. You see what I'm saying? So obviously, you know what I mean? Like from a gaming aspect, I suppose it just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like you said it yourself, like Discord is probably one of the biggest platforms, you know what I mean, in terms of like communities for gaming, but the toxic stuff, like boy, like
That's the problem. Not the problem.
Yeah.
It's like it's becoming less and less about gaming. It's like I see sometimes in like games, like some people that are just trolling there. They're not even playing. They're just there just to troll and just basically just put stupid comments and all those kind of things all the way through for hours and hours, and that's all they're doing, basically. You know, looking for arguments.
I ain't gonna lie to you, yeah. Like I mean, like the only time I really interact with people is obviously like YouTube and stuff. I mean, when people drop comments on my videos.
1 second.
No, that's cool. And you know what I mean. And like I interact with them, and like they're actually quite cool. You know what I mean? Like actually quite cool. Sometimes you get people that would like might try it a little bit. You know what I mean? But as long as they keep it respectful, it's calm in it. And obviously on Twitch, I've just recently started on Twitch and stuff, so it's a bit different, you know what I'm saying? I haven't really had too many people on there talking sideways. So yeah, man, I haven't really experienced that negativity. And even when I used to play on Destiny and stuff like that as well, you know, I mean, I didn't really experience any of that from the community on Destiny. But this is like back in the day. This was the first time I played Destiny was on the 360. Then obviously when the PS4 came out, I jumped on the PS4. and you know it's the same community. So I didn't really experience it too much. I didn't really do a lot of raids and stuff with other people. But yeah, man, like I get it, man. Like I do get it. So even though I don't experience it myself, it doesn't mean that I don't understand it. I think a lot of people, regardless if they experience certain things or not, I think just need to be, like just need to empathize and just be open-minded about certain situations and just realize the fact that like it is happening and it can be bad. But the fact that like Sony, like have partnered up with Discord, it depends on what they're gonna do and stuff like that. So yeah, man. Like you should put himself on mute.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So like the next article that like I wanted to touch upon is basically like Xbox have got got these 74 games are getting FPS boosts on Xbox Series X. This is what I'm saying, man. Like Xbox are making like good moves. You know what I'm saying? Like. They're going in the right direction. They obviously, they obviously care about their gamers. They obviously care about their platform. You know, like they obviously are making good steps. And the fact that they've even when I go through like the list, like was it like a lot of these games, you know what I mean? Like it came out on Xbox One, and the fact that they like giving these games boost. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, you know what I mean? It's like it's beautiful, and they've got the breakdown here as well. They've got the breakdown of on the Series X, Series S, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely cool. It's definitely cool.
I know. They're not okay in their head though. They're just thinking that basically it's like
Jay, you should put yourself on mute.
Happen with something and basically everybody gotta be on their side, or you with me or you against me.
Yeah. So
not their family.
Yeah, man. I want to like obviously ask Ladji because he's got the new Xbox Series X, you know what I'm saying? So I want to get his perspective on this, you know what I'm saying, about the was it about the 74 games that are getting the boost, the FPS boost. Like there are some games here, yeah, that like, you know what I mean, that I am interested in that's getting the boost that will blatantly like benefit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean, like you've got games like Gears of War 4. Definitely, definitely improve a game like that. You've got games like Halo, Spartan, Assault, maybe. It's like that's what I'm saying. Like 74 games is a lot of games. You've got Shadow of the Tomb Raider. You've got Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition. That's getting So that's going to be 60 frames per second. If I'm not mistaken, I could have swore that the remastered version on the PS4 is 60 frames per second. But don't quote me on that, people. Don't quote me on that. Even Within 60 frames per second, that's one of my favorite games. I love Even Within. Even Within. So I love that franchise. The moment that Xbox bought Bethesda, I went out and bought them games again because I had them, and then I got rid of them. But I bought them again because obviously I mainly play on PlayStation. So like I said before, it's a you know what I mean, it's a big deal for me. Like I love them games. So you got Even Within, you got games like Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, you got Tom Clancy, you got Wasteland 3, you got Watch Dogs, you got Yakuza 6. So there's like some good games here, yeah, that came out like on like during the last gen that's getting like upgrades and stuff. Alien Isolation, I haven't played that game. That's a game I'm gonna have to get to like play eventually. You've also got Anthem. Yeah, man. You've got like Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered, Assassin's Creed 3, Unity, the EZO collection. So you've got a couple games here still, You know what I mean? Far Cry 5. You've got Far Cry New Dawn, Far Cry Primal. That's what I'm saying. Like, so the fact that all these games, like, some of these games are getting 120, 120 FPS.
Don't even have to
That's crazy. And you've got others that are just getting 60. But regardless, that is just like, you know what I mean? Was it like one thing I will say is that like that was I said before, like especially with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, like this generation, 60 frames per second needs to be a standard. If any game developer thinks it's okay to release a game at 30 frames per second, we're gonna have some real problems, some real fucking problems. You know what I'm saying? Not with all the power, you know what I mean, and all the talk, and the fact, and I mean, and the fact that like these next gen consoles have got SSD hard drives. You can't be, I mean, can't be telling any of us about 30 frames per second. So 60 frames per second has to be the standard. It should be the standard. I think it probably is going to be the standard. And to be honest with you, it shouldn't be the standard from the last generation, but it wasn't. And if any of them thinks it's okay to drop 30, then I mean, then they're definitely gonna be hearing it from me. You know what I'm saying? Because like 30 is just like it's just barbaric. It's unacceptable. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know what you think about that. You know what I'm saying? But I just think it needs to be at least 60 frames per second. You know. Let's see. We've got the last article here. We've got the Spotify Premium is returning as an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate perk. Again, this is something I wanted to touch upon with Laji, but he's on the phone right now. I'm trying to speak loud so you can't hear his business because he never put it on mute. You know what I'm saying? But basically. This was what they said. Yeah, quote: "Play all your favorites with access to millions of tracks and podcast titles. Ultimate members can enjoy ad-free music listing, and podcast offline downloads, and on-demand listening with Spotify Premium for 4 months. Available with new Spotify Premium members only. Make sure to check with our region since the terms might be different. For full details, see offer in perks galleries on consoles, mobile, or PC." So I don't remember Spotify being on there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, part of the reason why I wanted to talk about this article, the fact that for anybody who don't know, I'm an Arsenal fan, support Arsenal, always has from day one. You know what I'm saying? It just got passed down, family thing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And right now, you know what I mean? Like, we're trying to get rid of our owners, you know what I'm saying? Because we've got these American owners that just don't.
Yeah, exactly. No, but that's what I'm saying. They take liberties on others and thinking that they can talk to anybody anyway. I know that. And that's why you need to basically give a fuck.
Raping our football club and just allowing our football. So basically, the Spotify founder is looking to try and buy Arsenal. So when I saw his article, I was like, oh shit, like the coincidence, you know what I'm saying? So obviously, you know what I mean, like my brother, he's got the Xbox Series X. I mean, I wanted to get his opinion on it. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, obviously the connection and stuff, you know what I mean? The connection is just crazy. So yeah, man, you know what I mean? Like, this would be, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be good if you know what I mean? Like it seemed like they had it before, to be honest with you. Like, it seemed like they had a partnership with them before, and they basically and it looks like they might have like parted ways, but it's like they're getting back into it.
I know.
Again, this is Xbox making good steps, you know what I'm saying? They're making good strides in the right direction, you know what I'm saying? They want to create the best ecosystem, the best platform for gamers, for all types of people, you know what I mean? Obviously, Xbox is first and foremost a games console, but like the services that they seem to be providing, the acquisitions of studios and IPs, pardon me, and stuff like that. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful, and I mean, this can only benefit people that's already got Xbox, already own an Xbox Series X or S. It's only going to benefit you. So
sorry about that.
Hey, bro, I had to talk over you, yeah, because like because you didn't put it on mute. So, but
snap! You could hear everything.
Not really, because I was talking over you. I was talking the whole time, innit? So so people can't hear your business, innit? But in future, like, just click on the mute button. Was it like the mic? And you can mute it.
I totally forgot that.
No. It's calm.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, So basically, I just kind of like touched upon it. But Spotify Premium is returning as an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate perk. I don't really know too much about this, so I was going to get your take on it, because it looks like that Spotify was a part of Xbox at one point, and then
there's some kind of promotion, a bit like anybody else does. Sometimes even Spotify themselves, they give you a few months free and all this kind of stuff, and then after that you're gonna have to pay for it. But is basically something where I'm not too sure if Xbox is gonna have it for free all the way through. I think it's just some few months of free, basically. How can I put it? a free access for a few months, then you're gonna have to start to pay for it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was just saying that like, and was it anything that like makes your platform more attractive is a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, obviously, not everyone that that owns an Xbox or that's potentially going to buy Xbox is just solely going to game on there. You know what I'm saying? I do know that Xbox, I mean, obviously wanted to try go down like the was it like the film and the multimedia road with the was Xbox One, and even though they kind of like like publicly kind of gave up on it, I think they still really want to try and go down it, but they're just going about it in a different kind of way. So
it's good in terms of package. You can still listen to your music, and the fact that with a Game Pass Ultimate you can play Xbox games on your mobile phones and any device and all that. So yeah, I'm not putting it down. It's good. It's good. Fair enough.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what I'm saying. Like, Xbox Game Pass in general is a godlike service. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen the games that's a part of it when I was around yours. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that like they're adding this to Ultimate, you know what I'm saying? It's just another reason for you to might want to get Ultimate or for somebody else to do it. So that's what I'm saying. Anything that makes your platform or your service more attractive is a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
And especially the transition of Gold to Ultimate as well, make it a lot more cheaper. So you can get, if you get Ultimate, you get Gold, Game Pass, plus EA, plus Remote Play. So you got so much things going on for you that it make a lot more sense.
Yeah, exactly. But but I was saying as well, that part of the reason why I wanted to kind of touch on this is because because the founder of Spotify is trying to buy Arsenal right now, the Arsenal Football Club.
Okay.
Yeah, and apparently, Spotify increased their monthly subscription. I can't remember by, but they actually increased it by a little bit, innit? So that, So obviously, like, this is gonna be part of the the Xbox Game Pass. I don't know how. If the prices are going to increase for the Ultimate or like however they're really going to be doing it in the future. But I just want to touch on it because I just thought it was funny the fact that like my man is trying to buy Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? Then then the prices of the monthly subscription has increased. Then this has happened, then it. So it's like, shit. It's just a funny little.
Well, it's a bit very weird. Anyway, it doesn't surprise me that somebody that's in music want to just buy football stuff and all that.
Well, he's an Arsenal fan. He's actually an Arsenal fan. You know what I'm saying? Because the movement. Because the buy he wants to do and the movement he's making. He's actually got Thierry Henry, got Dennis Bergkamp, and I think he's got. I can't remember if it's Vieira or someone else, but it's like 3 Arsenal legends that are actually on board with him. And was it? And like I saw was it Thierry on Sky the other day come out and say it's a real bid. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like a real move. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a real move, isn't it? But
interesting.
Yeah, and the last article we touched upon, I kind of touched upon it when you was on the phone and stuff. But Xbox have basically like made 74 games. Well, basically 74 games are getting like FPS upgrades for Series X and stuff. And stuff like this is beautiful because they're not charging for it. They're not doing any of that bullshit. They're just like, this is what we're doing. And part of the reason why I wanted to talk about this because even though PlayStation are leaving, like they're saying that they're leaving it up to a lot of the studios. To decide whether they're going to have the free upgrades or whatever, or so forth and so on. I can tell, that they want a double dip in it. You know what I mean? They want a double dip. They want you to buy the game again. They want you to do whatever to make more money. Where Xbox again, you know what I'm saying? Was Xbox again in terms of service. You know what I mean? And actually like appearing like they actually care about their legacy and about their about their gamers are actually just fucking it up. They're just killing it. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like this, mate. Like stuff like this is the reason why I'm most probably gonna get an Xbox Series X, not before a PlayStation, but I'm definitely gonna get one. Where before I was only looking to get a PlayStation 5. Because the service is so good.
Yeah, at the moment, basically, it makes more sense to get an Xbox than a PlayStation. Anyhow.
definitely.
You know, if you get the money to buy one of those and all that, is basically, apart from basically saying that I got a PlayStation on my desk and all that and show it to people and all that, it doesn't make no sense in terms of gameplay to get the PlayStation. It makes more sense to get the Xbox. As you say, you know, you got all them games that have been like basically, a lot of them have been enhanced as well for the Xbox. So the graphics is better. You got not better frame rate for a lot of games and all that. You know, so yeah, you got basically bang for your bucks, definitely in all aspect of it, and compare it to PlayStation and what they have to propose at the moment. No. Doesn't make no sense to spend like that amount of money to something where you got nothing to play.
Exactly, and was it and like another thing was it and was it another thing that's really good about it is that a lot of these games came out at 30 frames per second. Some of them were probably 60. You know what I mean? Like an unstable 60. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one or two might have been stable. It depends. You know what I'm saying? If you, I mean, like if you definitely want to know, go check out Digital Foundry because they're on point. But I mean, but a lot of these are 60. So like so like the minimum is 30. I mean, but like the minimum is going to be 60 with the upgrades, and some of them actually are going to have 120 upgrades.
Okay.
True. Yeah, so 120 FPS upgrades and stuff. So that's just like fucking good. And like you said, also with the graphics enhancement, and these are people that either bought digital games or own physical copies of games. Saying like, again, caring about the last generation. Obviously, they got. I mean, their new platform goes back all the way to PlayStation, Xbox, the original Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Was it whether you got physical, digital copies of them games, you can play them on the Series X, and the fact that like a lot of these games are getting graphical upgrades. I mean, like was it FPS upgrades and stuff like that without even charging an extra penny is beautiful to me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Beautiful to me. So. I mean, I definitely think that PlayStation could definitely learn a lot from it. Definitely.
Yeah. It's like since I got the Xbox, you know, I got the PS Pro, so it's not too far away from the new one. But I've barely been on my PlayStation. As soon as I finished playing like Yakuza, like a Dragon and all that, I haven't played that on the PS. Barely.
Yeah. Well,
you know? Nothing else. You know, I finished playing Ghost of Tsushima and all that. So at the moment, really, you know. There's nothing basically new that's coming up that just make me want to basically touch the PlayStation or even touch the PlayStation or get even the new PlayStation.
Exactly. You know? And was it? And the thing is that I have heard the argument of that, like even though that we might like complain or like insist or expect for like these consoles to be backwards. I mean, like to have backwards compatibility? Is that like was it statistics are like meant to like show that we actually don't actually like play or use that ability? You know what I'm saying? But regardless if we use it or not, I mean, I just think that like that these companies shouldn't be taking the piss and double dipping because let's get right here that these games are not cheap. They are fucking expensive. You know what I'm saying?
And they're getting more expensive.
Exactly, and then and they're becoming more expensive. I actually watched what was it? I think it was I can't remember what podcast it was, but they were talking about the fact that like was it like Returnal, like is it worth £70? You know what I'm saying, or like $80 or whatever it is? Like, is it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? You know? And the fact that like a lot of people that would normally go and buy a game on release date, like, I mean, can't anymore, or I mean, or like hesitant to, or wait. I mean, or they wait until there's a price drop. You know what I'm saying? And especially,
they wait for so that they know how long the gameplay is, or you know how much they're gonna take some time. Because if you just buy £80 like for a game, or £70 like for instance, like for Miles Morales, and get a gameplay that's not even a day, you're gonna finish the game. It's not worth it, you know.
Yeah, well, exactly. Command Morales is what, like £60-70 still.
Yeah,
and that game isn't even half the size of like Marvel. Was it Marvel Spider-Man? I mean,
exactly.
like it's not even half the size of it.
Yeah. You finish it in a day. If you play properly in a day, you'll finish it. Basically, for this kind of money, it's too much. That's why, as you say, people are not gonna buy, and they're gonna be less and less pre-order for the new games because before, you get surprised, you better open your eyes first, you know.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, but no, I mean, but it's just like, no, I mean, like this is something that I have an issue with Sony and Microsoft. The fact that like, was it like weird? I mean, like we're going through a pandemic, you know what I'm saying, where people are obviously like, you know, what I mean, struggling for money, losing jobs, so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? And even though on both of their platforms and both of, I mean, and was it and both of their and even though on both their platforms they've had a major increase in terms of like digital sales and, you know, of games, was it like a lot of them, especially on the PlayStation, has been at a discounted price because I swear like at least 2-3 times a month since all this pandemic has happened, there's sales on the PlayStation Store. So I mean, so of course, if you're in your house, you know what I'm saying, and I mean, and the easy, I mean, and the easy accessibility just to download the game for a discounted price, obviously you're gonna see increase in revenues and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but like I say that to say like the cheat to say, okay, well, in terms of the PS5 and the new Xbox Series X, these games are gonna be £70, $80 and stuff, and it's like, come on, like. I mean, like Xbox is not too bad because you got the Game Pass, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, so it kind of offloads that to a certain degree. But with PlayStation, they don't have that, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that like, if I wanted to like play Returnal, and I wanted to play it like, on release day, I've got a full cat £70.
But you know, the problem is that is like when this company like introduce basically the next gen console.
Yeah.
For me, basically, it's not basically an upgrade. It's basically getting back to standard of PCs. Because basically, you're now offering same kind of power as a PC, while the game on the PC was still at the same price as your game. So basically, now that you're catching up with them, so you're at the same level, you want to boost up the price? Nah. It was about bloody time that we get console that can handle this type of gaming. No, it's true.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about it. You know, since the PS Pro and all that, how many years has the PlayStation and the last Xbox been out? We already had PC that handle basically mad amount of gaming and all that. It took them so many years basically to come back almost to the normal standards where they can use ray tracing and all this kind of stuff with a new kind of processor. But now they want to try to just make it look like, oh, we're doing something next gen. We're giving you the end of no. You're getting back actually to normal now. You know
exactly, and that's
so you shouldn't basically try to just basically make it look like you're doing something better. No, you're not. You're trying to get to the stage of PC now. That's about it. And PC is already doing it.
Yeah, was it exactly? And this is the reason why, I mean that I said that the fact that like the last generation, I thought like should have been standard 60 frames per second. Like these developers shouldn't be developing games that's any less than 60. Even if it was an unstable 60, it should have just been 60 frames per second. Then, like, it should be that, like that should be the standard for a long time. The fact that now they're trying to make it the standard makes me laugh. You know what I'm saying? Which also touches on the point that you just made. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, getting to that, to that base, to that standard of what PC can just do easy. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Basically, and now you're trying to just portray. No, you haven't done something spectacular. You basically you basically you got to put more pressure into your gaming, basically, fair enough. But the standard that we're gonna get basically now with the new games on console is something that you already got on PC.
Yeah.
You know, definitely. And then basically you're gonna see that in few years come when we get all the new generation of games like coming up, you're gonna see a new type of next gen that's coming up on PC that's gonna use PC on that again. So they're still gonna be, because we got the new RTX on PC already. You know, that's basically, well, there's a problem with it. But as soon as they start just building a lot more of them and all that, what you're going to be able to pull out in your PC next year is going to still piece on the Xbox and the PS and the new PlayStation.
Listen, what's wrong with it?
What? The RTX? Oh, no, just because of basically all the thing happening with the lockdown and all that. So manufacturer could have built a lot of parts. So basically, the problem with it is it's hard to get them at the moment. You know, very issue. They'll be back on the market, you know, very soon.
Yeah, well, you know, what you planning to get one? Yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah. By next year, I need to upgrade that. I got it since a few years now, innit?
Yeah.
I can definitely basically add some RAM and just kind of few things, but I may as well just basically try to sell it. Somebody still definitely want to add something that like that, and just basically just part exchange or upgrade my stuff.
Oh shit! Is it what's it? So what's the current spec for it now then?
No, it's just an 8 core.
Okay.
It's an 8 core. Core can go up to 64 gig of RAM, 8 gig of graphic card, and basically, I think the processor is a AMD Ryzen. I remember which one it is basically, but yeah. I got it.
Liquid cooling. Was it liquid cooling? Isn't it?
Yeah, liquid cooling, but first kind of like generation of liquid cooling, none of the fancy stuff with the like plastic melted pipe and all that. It's just basically normal plastic with.
Yeah. Okay.
But still, it's been running for quite a while, doing like AV editing and all that. But yeah, water is basically make your part last longer than hair, basically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's been doing a lot because you've been doing the editing. I mean, I know that you've been doing you did a little bit of gaming on there as well and stuff.
Yeah.
So you've been doing quite a bit on there still.
Yeah.
I mean, what's it? Is that VR ready as well?
Yeah. Basic VR, basically. Yeah, you can't push it to the maximum but basic VR.
Yeah, man. Advertising. I mean, was it advertising the PC for when you're ready to sell it? You know what I'm saying?
I'll let you people know.
Stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Was it stay tuned? You know what I'm saying? If you're interested, you can drop some comments down below. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a few years ago, it was one of the top review for Overclocker for the build anyway.
Yeah. Man, I remember when you got it, though, man. Like powerful machine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Definitely powerful machine.
That's the job.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so like, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much it in terms of the topics that I wanted to really touch upon. You know what I mean? Was it with you? Unless there's anything you want to talk about.
Talk about nothing yet. Oh, I don't know. Actually, what about, did you try the game that was on, I told you that is on the Mac store?
Oh, was it the Platinum Games?
Yeah, because people are talking about it at the moment and all that. Did you play it yet or not?
No. I ain't played it. I haven't played it. Was it? I bought it, downloaded it, but I haven't played it yet. I know. Was it? Because the moment you sent it to me, the first person I sent that link to was Jonathan. Because I know Jonathan loves Platinum Games, isn't it?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So when he saw it, he was like, no, I might need to download this game. So I actually need to follow him to see if he actually downloaded it and played it. But yeah. Was it? I haven't touched it yet. Like, have you?
No. Well, it was only on the Mac store at the time, innit?
Oh yeah, fuck! You don't even have.
Maybe it's gone on PC, but basically, I'm trying to just clear out all the games from the PC. I'm not playing game on that machine anymore.
Yeah. Well,
it's taking too much space. Too much space against the program. But now, I can play it on console. I got so much shit like to play already on console that there's no point putting stuff on the PC for now.
Man. Like right now, seriously, right now, was it your literally the go-to? You got the Switch. You know what I'm saying? You got the Pro. You know what I mean? That's what Series S. Like you are the go-to, and you got the PC. But even though you're not touching it like that,
you
are the go-to.
No anymore. Too much. My SSD card is not big enough to be able to handle all them games. They're getting bigger and bigger. It's taking too much space on the memory.
Yeah, I bet, man. Fucking the size of them games and shit. What's the review saying for the for that game?
Well, so far quite good reviews though. I think I watched IGN once a few days ago and all that, so they're rating it quite nicely though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not taking some reviews. I haven't really. Though was it because I've just been caught up with doing work, and now I'm getting into this streaming on Twitch now. And I mean, I just like go on there and I just fuck around and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've just been like just occupied doing certain things. Like, was it like Twitch is funny? Like, was it like last time I was on there? I was playing Watch Dogs 2, innit? Yeah. And like and like I said, I was like, listen, all I'm doing I'm coming on there just to like shoot up the police. You know what I'm saying? And just get chased down by them and shit. I mean, I had quite a few people actually come on there and actually watch me and stuff. And a couple people.
People watch it. Yeah. When I was playing Ghost of Tsushima and all that, I used to go on Twitch and all that and mock about. The only thing I hate about Twitch is like the screen get a bit smaller and all that when you're playing the game, when you're streaming. So do you stream through your Xbox? No, to the PlayStation when I was streaming Ghost of Tsushima on Twitch.
Really?
Yeah, because you got basically the comment screen and all this kind of things, so you just kind of narrow the screen a bit.
Yeah, but Yeah, but you can change that though. So was it so you have the full screen and just have your the box of you? Like if you're using your like webcam, you can have you in the corner.
Okay, no, I didn't even use the webcam even, so I wasn't streaming. I was just the normal Twitch, but I was checking. Some people were commenting some stuff and all that, so I was reading on the side. Basically,
okay.
I would have rather have something that you could just basically like pop in and out when basically something pop up. Basically, if you want to. Yeah.
Was it? I think to be honest with you, I think what most people do, I think that they have a separate screen, whether it's like a tablet, and they have it there where they can actually interact with the comments and stuff.
Yeah,
and like what they play on, they just have the full screen with maybe like the box of them. I mean, the camera of them playing and stuff in it. Because I just used the the cam for the PlayStation and stuff in it.
Okay,
I just used that. I turn on this light so it's brighter. So because like this cam is like 720, so the quality is not that great. You know what I mean? So I put on the light, improves it a little bit. You know what I mean? You just see my face. I'm just there tapping buttons, and I'm just doing me. You know what I mean? So it's calm.
Oh, cool. Next time if you stream and all that, if I'm about, I'll just check it out, see what you're doing.
What was it like? Was it, to be honest with you, like I tend to stream at like 1 o'clock, innit? Like that. And I stay on there for a couple hours and shit. I don't really.
Starting the day at 2 o'clock in the morning.
The vampire live streams, but like. But what I might do is that I might. I was thinking about like starting The Witcher or something, or even maybe Final Fantasy and just streaming the whole thing on Twitch or something. Like,
you'll enjoy The Witcher basically because it'll be better because you haven't played the game, so there'll be more kind of reaction from you, like seeing the story than playing Final Fantasy that you know about so much and all that. You enjoy the process of The Witcher a lot more, especially the story is crazy. Some of the stuff happening and the fight, you gotta basically enjoy it. If you're playing the latest one, isn't it?
Yeah, Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Because I got the Witcher 3, the Year of Edition,
Game of the Year edition.
Yeah. The Game of the Year edition. So that's like all the DLC. So like that's a massive game. I remember you. Yeah, was it? I remember you, Jonathan, telling me that I think it was the second expansion. Was it the second expansion, which is like was it practically like a game itself? It's massive.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? So
it's so nicely made that basically, for me, is one of the best balance between story and side quest, where it seems like it's all part of everything you're doing is relevant toward the story. So you never feel like basically you're doing something for silly reason or annoying side quest that you can see in like Assassin's Creed or other type of game. But yeah, The Witcher, it was very well narrative based. Yeah, fantastic story.
Everyone says that about that game. Everyone says the best thing about that game is just the world. Was it like the characters, the story, and the world, just how big it is, isn't it? And just how how in depth it is, isn't it? I mean, like you've been telling me to play it for years, though. Like for years.
And basically, you're gonna end up seeing all 6 series who's gonna become basically that character.
Yeah. Been back for years. So I've got it. So I have been thinking about like streaming it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I got a couple of games that I haven't played yet that like I could just stream for the first time and to see what I go on in it. So I don't know, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, I need
just toss a coin, mate. Toss a coin to The Witcher.
I've got a few games though. You say that I'll tell you what games I've got. I've got The Witcher. I've got Metal Gear Solid 5. Like Don't Shoot Me. I've got Injustice 2. I've also got Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I've also got Doom Eternal, and I swear there's another one. Anyway, but they're the games that they're the games that I haven't played yet.
So Doom Eternal as well is hardcore, definitely.
Yeah, but I actually realised I haven't even finished Doom 1. I think I'm on the last boss. I just haven't beat the last boss yet. So I need to go and kick him. So I need to kill him before I can touch that Doom Eternal. You know what I'm saying? So
fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, it's a different game anyway. A different game pace and all that.
I hear that.
Cool.
Well, let's wrap it up. Was it like tell everybody where they can find you, bro? Tell everyone where they can find you.
Well, at the moment, not many places apart from Instagram, where at I.S.CONDE.PHOTOGRAPHY when I'm doing a bit of macro and wildlife photography at the moment. But I'm gonna start soon a channel about airbrushing Gunpla.
Yeah, I can't wait for that, bro. I can't wait for that.
I got some few things coming up anyway. So when I'm ready for that, I'll give you a shout out and let you know.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, was it the link to his Instagram is down in the description. So go over and check that out. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed the podcast. It was a good one. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We'll try and make it a regular thing. I mean, like, maybe was it maybe it might be a good idea to just do like every 2-week thing or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cool. Let me know. You know, if you let me know in advance, you know, then I'll make some time. No problem.
Yeah. No, I mean, but today was a good one, man. I mean, I liked it still.
Cool. Sorry about the phone things and all that. Totally forgot.
No. It's crazy, yeah, because you're talking, yeah, and it's like, and it's like when you left, I thought you put on mute. Then I could hear something. I was thinking, oh, don't tell me you did put on mute, and I could hear you talking, so I just kept on talking over you.
Okay.
I was talking loud. I did this. I went mad close to the mic. I don't want no one to hear your business, innit?
Yeah.
So I was talking mad loud and shit, innit, and just talking. And I think at one moment I tried to say, yeah, he didn't put on mute because I was hoping you could hear, so you could like come back.
No. I was in the kitchen though. I didn't even think that basically you could hear me from there because I put the mic on the, you know, where all the back basically you can hear it.
Bro, you got a godlike mic.
Oh, thanks.
No, real talk. That mic you got is godlike. It picks up mad shit. You know what I'm saying?
So fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? Like my mic, yeah. I mean, I could probably go in the kitchen and probably get away with it. Like if you listen carefully, you probably hear hear me very, very slightly, but your mic picks up everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything. So yeah, man, that's what happens when was it when you go and get the blue Yeti? You know what I'm saying?
Well, hopefully it's not that loud because it was a crazy conversation still.
yeah, I hear that. But anyway, So I hope everybody enjoyed the podcast, Tapping Button podcast. If you did, again, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell notification. Be much appreciated. You can hit me up on the socials, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. Finally, I'm on Twitch streaming. You know what I'm saying? So you can go over there and check me out if that's what you want to do. I've got to sort out like a schedule, like a proper schedule. But yeah, that's it. So now I mean, I guess we will see you hopefully soon. So peace, everybody. Peace.
Take care.